So right before we start this session, you have two means of communicating. You can write in the comment section, you can raise a hand, I will allow you to talk. Those are the two options. You don't just unmute yourself and you start talking. You listen to what I have to say. And if you think that this session is not worthy for you, it's going to be bad, you are welcome to leave right now. Okay? It's a free session anyway, so you have nothing to lose. And I have nothing to gain. So, you see? Right. So, welcome to our new members, new board, the people who are here for the first time, for those who've been here for quite some time. We started the mentorship just yesterday, so you are not late for those who recently joined in today. So we started off everything from yesterday and today. Please note, I would like for all of these sessions to be done live. This is how I like to teach. I don't like to send offline work to you to watch like Netflix. It's a part of engagement. So I need you to be interactive, talking to me, exchanging, reviewing, and doing everything transparently. For those who don't have my metric, those who don't have metric, transparent means openly. Open it. And then another fool touches my fucking screen. Keep your fucking hands off the screen. Next thing, I'm removing people. I'm not gonna keep on talking. Because now these things will distract what I'm trying to teach here. Okay, so let's start with our work. So for those who are here today, this is going to be a revision. For those who are here for the first time, well, it's basically a new thing. Okay, so the most important thing in trading is time, right? Time is very much important when we are doing trading. Okay, so which means that whatever you do, it should regards to time. Okay, whatever you do should resonate to time. What does understanding time mean? What does understanding time do? Understanding time will eliminate, okay? Understanding time will eliminate a lot of misunderstandings that one might have. So understanding time, it makes you a patient person. For the fact that I said the session will be casted from 11 till 12, that simply means you are able to time yourself on whatever you're doing. You know that you need to wait this exact amount of time in order for you to do the work. So, the time that I would like of you to focus on in the market, yeah, take the morning resting, do whatever you do. If you're working, you're at work. If you do nothing, just sit, backtest, do whatever. But the actual time, it will be 1 p.m. 1 p.m. SAST, which is South African Standard Time. So what do you do at 1 p.m.? You set an alarm, okay? You set an alarm at that time. Which one? The time on your phone. Don't ask me about New York questions. Don't ask, and never ask me questions that I never taught you. Some people, they come here for validation. That is not my job to validate the stupid information that you have. Oh, I heard from this guy that if this happens, then this is what I. That is not my job. I am not the validator. When you want to learn from me, you take what I say as it is. I'm not a validator, guys. Okay? Let's understand that. So now you set an alarm at 1 p.m. SAST. That's what you do. You set an alarm. And then afterwards, you will observe, right? Observe, you watch, you don't execute, you don't let your emotions get in the way. Okay? Then you observe price action from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Your emotions, they don't work here. Especially you ladies, because I know you're very emotional and you like to use your emotions to manipulate us. Unfortunately, the market is not your man, it is not your boyfriend. So your emotions, your manipulation will not work in the market. Yeah, you can cry much as you like. You can do whatever you want. The market will not respect your emotions. So which means what? There are specific things you have to regard, you have to look over. So the time is 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Okay, that is what you do. That is what you do. So now you will have to actually wait for an hour. So if I have to put this in drawing, it will be looking like this. This is 1 p.m. Okay, regard that line is 1 p.m. Regard this line is 2 p.m. So within this period, you do nothing. You do nothing. And for most people, that's the most difficult thing. Doing nothing. That's the most difficult thing for people. Even if you tell them they don't have to do anything, still, it's very difficult for them. Very difficult for them. Okay? Samsan, are we on the same page? Diane Govender, are we on the same page? Where is she?
Yes.
What did I say? Paraphrase. Paraphrase.
You said you set your time, your alarm to 1 in the afternoon, and then you don't do anything. You have to wait an hour before. And you also said that we shouldn't let our emotions get to us. You wait an hour before you execute.
Okay. What did the other person hear? What did you hear?
Or you still talking to me?
You need to observe the price and not action. So from 1 until 2 p.m., you need to observe the price that's going on in the price and not do anything during that period.
All right. Last person, what did you hear?
O itse re theole moya, re theile maikutlo, re nke nako ya rona hora kaofela ebe ke hona re tlang ka di-trade.
All right. So we are all on the same page now. So after this, here's the next thing. So we are moving away now. Now you understand that this Masha guy that you don't know that you saw from TikTok said, let's regard time at these two lines. Now, the first line represents 1 p.m., which is 1300, right? That's why I'm using 1300 because I know some people will ask me, is it 1 a.m.? Okay. Imagine I have to write 1300 and then I have to put p.m. What does 1300 means p.m.? Yeah, that's what happens when you skip school and you think metric is not important. You see now, we have to explain p.m. and 1300. And you call up. So now you need to wait for an hour, 14 hour 100. That is the actual time. And this is SAST, all of it, South African Standard Time. Okay. You are looking at this time on your platform, using the clock on your watch, and then you go to the markets to execute. So now comes the second question. In the markets, you will see one of these two things. The markets will do something like this and something like this. Okay? So these two things are called candlesticks. These two things are called candlesticks, right? There's many different types. Doesn't matter which one. Okay? It doesn't matter which one. So what you will see here happen is with these two candlesticks, we have a market that is bullish or a market that is bearish. Of which, if the market is bullish or considered bullish, it is going upwards. So if the trend is considered bullish, you will have a series of these things. Yeah, when I say series, I don't mean God of War. I don't mean Prison Break. I don't mean all of those stuff that you guys are watching. I don't watch TV. I'm not a content person. I have better things to do with my time than watch useless soapies and series and whatnot. Series means one thing happening or broken into pieces into multiple. That's a series. Yeah, I know people are like, hey, which series are you watching? That's not a series. Jesus. So now you have a bullish market. You will have a blue candlestick. A blue candlestick tells you that the market is going up. Okay? And then the red, it's going down. Oh, this thing just disappeared. And then the red, it's going down. Okay. So what is the importance of this? If the market now is going up, you will have something called an opening price. Let's go back a bit. Let's suppose you have a shop or you have a market, you're selling something that's fluctuates. Or if generally you have a market, you're selling something, you have a dealing price. You don't just open the shop and like, today the bread is R1. No, you have an opening time of your business, which is 1. You have an opening price of which that's where you start dealing from, buying and selling. Market is doing the same thing. When the candlestick is bullish, which means this is our opening price for the bullish market, the bullish candlestick will open at the low and close above for that period. That's where you get candlesticks. For that period, what was the market doing? Okay. So we have an opening price here at the bottom going up. And then if the market is selling, you will have an opening price on the upside. At least it's the first time you're having a mentor who's fluent in English. Not all of these guys, Mara, Wawana mo, you are draw more, you take this, you draw there, you look at this, it goes, no, it should be fluent, active, clean. First time you're having a mentor who's fluent in English. Congratulations. Ai, ba bona ke trend line mo, e tla o breaka mo, e tla o buya, lo ke dira, wa rekisha, you broke, okay, guys, we good guys, you see, guys, you break here, if it breaks here, you, hey, nonsense, man. Hey, so now, that is the opening price there. For the selling market, that is the opening price there for a buying market. The point of me showing you this is that around this time here, around here, right? Around here on the opening price, somewhere there, okay? Let's regard this line as our opening price. You will either have one of these exactly at this price. So the reason why I'm showing you this is because if you have a bullish candlestick here, you know that's the buying price, or the dealing price will be at the bottom. But if the market is bearish, you will mark the high end of that candlestick. Always remember that one. Always remember that one. Okay? So now, continuing with the lesson, understanding these two things. You are looking at the first one that will give you the opening and the opening price. That is where you are going to execute on your trade. You don't just execute anywhere. When you buy a phone, you weren't just buying a phone at any price. You were told that the phone is 10,000. You paid 10,000. They didn't say guess the price you're going to buy the phone. You were given the price to buy from. So from this, you are to do the very same thing. You are buying the gold, you are buying Nasdaq, you are buying US 30 at the given dealing price. This will help you a lot. Now, the second question, which is the first actually, because I was explaining this thing, the main question that you ask yourself now is, where will the market grow? From when? From 1 o'clock to 2 p.m. What is the market doing? Is it going up or is it going down? Okay, that's the next thing that you want to see. Is the market now from here going up or is the market from here going down? Right? This is the general skeleton of which you must understand. So here we have what? Our opening price. Let me steal this. I'll put it here. That is our opening price. So if the market opens here, it goes down, we want to buy. If it opens, go up, we want to sell. So now, where do you take your signal? You see this line that I've marked here. You will wait for the market's direction now. This is where you take your trade. Those who are impatient, yes, you can take your trade around 2, going down. But the main point of it you have to take your trade is over here on the opening price. That's where you execute. Over here, you can make an early trade. Coming down here, yes, that's your actual trade. So if the market will go up from 1 to 2, that's where you need to sell. There's no need for you to join my signal group. I have bigger problems. I can't be glued to my screen every day just because now you paid me 250 rands, so I need to send a signal. Guys, come on, man. Come on. So now, hey, you are used to those guys who always want you to pay stuff. So now the thing here is, if the market now opens, goes up, later on it will come down. From this price, opening price, that is where you execute to sell. So if the market now went down, you will wait for it to come back from there to the opening price and then push up more. That is what you need to do. So your opening price is actually your execution price, where you should press, okay? Where you should press that cool button. Now you are entering the trade. This is where you should do it, okay? Exactly on this price. Can you make an entry a bit earlier here, yes, you can make an entry here, right? You can make an entry here at the bottom, but that takes a bit of practice more. We're still gonna have that session, so don't rush. Let me do this in my own pace so that you fully understand. You can take an early trade here, but there's specific things you need to know. You can take a trade here, but there's specific things that you need to know, right? Which is much, much better. Now, after this, you will have your stop loss in place, your entry in place, and all that. So your stop loss can be applied exactly on this level here. Okay, I'll use this double arrow. You can put your stop loss there. Once the market breaks this price there, you can put your stop loss at the bottom. Or you can put your stop loss this thing doesn't want to move. Okay, I just messed up my lucky. Hey, let me delete this. We'll just take another one. You can put your stop loss there when you're going short. So now you are executing here. Where do you put your stop loss? Right here at the end. Why? Because if the market comes back a bit down, it will not go as far as breaking here. It will just reject here and then continues to go up. Very much important. Very much important. So understanding this scenario alone, we're still gonna do continuations, we're still gonna do reversals. For now, we are going to do this practice. So let's go to our chart and do the actual thinking, okay? Let me do this before. Take a screenshot of this so that you know. Take a screenshot. We'll wait for Android users. They say Android takes 10 minutes to take a screenshot. You have to wait. It's like downloading instead of snapping. So even if you come to the session, you don't do the work, I'm not losing anything, guys. I'm telling you. So this is up for you. This is your challenge. And you do what I'm showing you here, you will make your money. You will make your money. So it's all lies or relies on you. Okay. So this is what we have. Okay. So for today, you are just going to backtest this. For those who were here yesterday, it's a revision. So for others, we are continuing. Okay. And then now, we will go to the... Mm, 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 mm. Na, 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 na. Okay, let's restart. Why is this thing not showing here, man? Okay. So, da, 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 da. Can you see my screen? Mpo. Is it mpo or mpo? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see the screen.
I said mpo, not
Yes,
so
you can
bad.
see the screen.
I said mpo. La papa ron. La
Yeah,
papa. Ningakho ni blow. Ni papa.
Ngiyabona bhuti.
Yeah. Mayikhuluma into right. Akho ni blow. Niyaqina. Azukublowa nje. Eish. Nkosi yami. Bathethelela bakwazi bakwenza. Right. So for those of you who are here for the first time, this is the playground. This is where we do the work. This is where we get muddy. This is where shit gets down. This is where one day you'll sleep without eating. This is where one day you'll sleep without smashing. This is where the wives turn their backs on the husband. This is where your baby mama leaves you. This is where your landlord keeps knocking. This is where that installment keep knocking on your head. So this is the playground. This is where shit gets down. And you, ladies and gentlemen, and half a man, is there anyone gay here? Okay, I'm sorry. So this is what you need to understand. Based on the thing that I was showing you just a bit earlier on, now we are putting it into action over here. Now, note that while you are here, wait. Why is this thing on this side? Okay, got it. So now, note that what you saw on the other charts, now this is where the reality is. This is where it's happening.
Sorry. We don't see the chats, Mister.
Yeah, that's because you don't have an iPhone. Buy an iPhone. Those who have iPhones, they can see the screen. They can see the screen. Very clean. Okay, I'll put in the Android feature as well. Okay, can you see it now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Buy iPhones, guys. Buy iPhones. Okay.
Iyabiza.
Well,
Sakabi nayo imali yokuthenga iPhone.
yeah. All right. So now, since we are on this chart, you see on top here, we have USD CAD. So you can use this on anything. You want to trade gold, you want to trade NAS, you want to trade US 30, you want to trade anything, it can work onto it. But personally, I advise you to trade just three things. Focus on gold, focus on US 30, focus on NASDAQ. Those are the things that actually pay. We're not here to have fun in the market and just say, oh, I'm a trader and whatnot. Okay? So you need that iPhone, you trade gold. You can have it by Friday, provided you do everything as I say. Today I didn't make much money. I will confess, I didn't make a lot of money today. I only made about 11,000, and then I withdrawn 7,000 to the bank. So you saw that screenshot I shared. Okay, so that's it's not much for me, because I know my potential. Generally, I make a lot of money, and CPI didn't move as expected. It wasn't as clean. So now back to the charts, back to the focus. So you come back now when you get to your chart, 1 to 3 p.m. That is it. When you go to your chart, Your 1 p.m., when the alarm rings, you just go, you put your vertical line. Whether you're using a phone or laptop, the chart is the same. The only thing that's different is the dimensions and the tools displays. Just that on the phone, they're like hidden on beneath the other one, okay? So that is it, 1 to 2. That is what you're looking for. Let me go to M5 so that you can actually see. The time frames of which you're going to be using, it is M5 and M15. Just these two things. Those are called time frames. You put one of those. And what do you look for? This thing. So over here, we have a market that opened here. You see? A red candlestick, which means what? It's opened above. It opened above. Paste here. And if you could extend this a bit further on, bit further on. Okay. So what did I say? From 1 to 2, you sit on your hands, you observe, you do nothing. What do you look for? You're looking at where did the market go, or where will the markets actually go? Okay. Open price. Okay, that's the opening price there. So you want to see where will the market go? Will the market go up or will the market go down? Eventually here we see we had an opening price and the market going up. What did it do afterwards? You can see a little push up and then the market came back down to this price there, okay? Of which we're expecting for it to go a bit more lower, okay? So once you execute here, you put your stop loss where? Above here the previous high, right there, okay? Right there. So you put your sell here according to the setup. You put your sell here and then aiming for this low here. Always aim for lows. Remember that. Always aim for lows. That's what you have. So this market did go down but didn't go as much. But then later it reversed. It went all the way up, right? So this is where you're supposed to put your entry or your sell. But unfortunately, the market just reversed and then it went all the way up, which is what it's changed the whole setup. Because you took the sell here to go down, but it actually did what? It just went for your stop loss. Okay, went for a stop loss, played above a bit, and then later came back down. This is where you say, fuck Mashaya, 714 method doesn't work. Okay? I take the blame. I know. Why? Because you still haven't learned as many things as possible. Whereas now, if we consider other lessons, as I've said, which I'm still going to teach you, it did here what? An immediate reversal and then it went up, which means from here to there, you could have locked in. That's 50 pips we're always looking for. And mind you, this is not gold. This is USD CAD. So now checking here, even with this trend, it is not 50 pips. That's just 30 pips. If you put it here, that's 20 pips. So you can see the movement is very clean, but there is not 20 pips. Don't ask me how to calculate pips now. I'll smack your head. Listen to what I'm saying. So now this thing didn't move as much. And even if here it hit your stop loss, you wouldn't have lost so much money because USD CAD is not that much volatile, you know. So it just moves normal. But when you check later on, it did the movement. It's just that it was delayed. But the sad part is you never know if you have to wait. Because from what it did here, the bounce here and the pushing up, that alone shows a signal to go a bit higher. But unfortunately, it's reversed. Okay? So it's reversed. The narrative has changed. So this is the reason why I would like for you to trade gold. Let's do this. I want to show you something. I want to measure 50 pips. 50 pips. Okay, you see from where my mouse is, there is a 13 number and a 300. The 300, that's the actual number. So if that number gets to 500, that is 50 pips. It's a round off number. Okay, that is 50 pips right there. So you see the amount of movement the market is to move. If you're going to trade other things, I mean, I like USD JPY, I like this, I love GBP. Just listen. Just listen. I told you, I don't care what you know, I don't care what you understand. If you are here in my community, you play by my rules. Because whatever you know, I don't care, you learned Forex from your grandfather. He died without knowing how to trade. He died without even making a single withdrawal. Now I'm showing you, because my father was a profitable trader. So now I am showing you how to not be like your grandfather. Hey, so now see the difference here. Look at this drop. And then if I turn the chart and go to gold, this is gold here, right? This is gold. If I have to measure 50 pips on gold, that's 50 pips on gold. See? Let me go to M5. Maybe it will be a bit clearer. From where the market is actually at, let's measure here. That's 50 pips on gold. See? Just two candlesticks. That's 50 pips. With this range, just two candlesticks. If you use the minimum lot size 0.01, that can make you 100 Rand per trade. If you use 0.10, that can make you 1,000 per trade. If you use a standard lot, that can make you 10,000 per trade. You don't have to wait for that range. Okay? So look at this. Look at this drop. It's a very big drop. You will have a clean analysis. Yeah, you are killing analysis and all that, but you won't have money. That's why you see a lot of these guys, they posting these charts here on social media and aiming, looking like they're making money, but they ain't making shit. So you will be a step ahead from them because you have something that they don't. You have the upper hand, you have the 714 method. It's not about a clean analysis, a clean chart, you had the trade for the longest time. No. You will make serious money in a short space of time. This is less stressful. 5, 10, 15 minutes, your target is hit. You are done in a day. You decide how much you want to make. You want to make 100 Rand, you want to make 1,000, you want to make 10,000, you want to make 100,000. It's up to you. But this is what you need to do here. So, particularly, if we do today's example, of which I will show you just now, on gold, for those of you who were trading with me live today, they saw this. So we're just going to do a little bit of review. So this was 1 p.m. That is 2 p.m. Okay. So over here, we had a market that bought and sold. Over here, right? Buy. But the ones who was very large was the sell, which means what? We have a drop. We need to look for buys. So since we were expecting CPI, which was a report that was supposed to induce the market and give us a clear move, so the market moved at 3:30. So you don't execute exactly at 2 o'clock or after that. You just wait up until 2:30. So when you look here now, at 2:30, we took the buys and then the market moved up. That is 70 pips. So the actual target that we're looking for is this one, this much of a range. This is today's price action. Same thing, you make the same money, you make your 1,000, you make your 2,000, you make whatever. Even those people you hear that are saying, hey, Mashai, I made 500,000. I have millionaires in this method. I have people who've made millions under my mentorship. They're using the same thing. There's nothing new. There's no secrets. There's no catch. Using the same thing, understanding, and doing it repetitively. I'm talking about a day, not in a month. 500,000 in a day. I've done it. I've made 1.2 million in a day. Yeah, but I don't show all my withdrawals. I'll show you the average withdrawals like 10,000, 20,000. Why? Because I want you to be motivated. I want you to see the possibility. Because if I show you the larger accounts, that is going to put you in a disadvantage. Because now you'll be looking at yourself and thinking, that's a lot of money for me. I don't think there's a way I can make that money. So I don't want you to belittle yourself and undermine yourself and thinking it's impossible. Hence, that is why I just give you the main thing which will help you. You do this, you repeat. And another thing, over trading is not going to help you make a lot of money, because even at your work, even if you ask your job to work a bit extra, you will never get a raise. You can go to your boss, beg him for an extra hour, but he will just give you 2% increase or one or less than 5% increase. But here in the market, you have a vast potential. You can make as much money as you want. But also, when you make your money, it's best to walk away. Stop being a laborer. There's no hard work that is required here. You only have to practice. Looking for 50 pips, you can get 50 pips anywhere. 50 pips here, 50 pips there, 50 pips there, 50 pips there, 50 pips, 50. On mentorship. I'm not saying join the mentorship group. The other one, the people always ask me about with the book and all. I disclose about 6 trading opportunities in a day. 6 specific things, regardless of time now. Forget about the time. Other things that you can specifically look at, like, oh, I see this, let me trade. And then you'd still make a lot of money. So you have that upper hand. Okay, so this is it. It happened today. You go back to a previous day. Now this is back testing. This is what I want you to do. You go to your charts, you look for 1 p.m. You put your line there because you want to see this happen as many times as possible. Over here, over there, we had a market that went up. This one is a continuation. I'll be honest with you. Continuation, you would have lost this trade, especially for you since you are beginning. You lost this trade. And then you say, fuck Mashai. I know. But you need to understand, okay, you still have not completed the course because I'm going to push you till month end. Okay? You do it again. You backtest. You check another day. And you're like, oh, this is how it did on this day. So you code all of those things. You note them down. Okay? Look at this day here. We have an obviously market that opened up. We have a market that opened up here. It's opened, it went up, right? So after that, you do what? You sell. So this one, for an entry, you'd have expected it to drop as far as here. But this one was a continuation. That is why you see it came about and then touch here, reject, and then go up. Okay, you're gonna see these trades. One day you'll capture the same trade. Someday you'll miss the same trade. That is understanding. Okay, so it will come back and bounce here. But the most important thing that I want you to understand is if it buys or sell, it will do so from this price here. You remember what I told you? I said, when you went to buy your phone, they didn't sell you at maybe 10,000. They sold you that phone at a specific price. Okay? Unless for Android, they'll be like, how much you have? Androids, when you buy them, like, how much you got? Like, guy, give it. Allah. Okay, so now it buys and sells from this specific price. So if it were to sell, it was going to sell from this price. But for those early entries I spoke of, after 2, if you just sell there, I said trade 1, you just sell, and then trade 2, you will take it here. So if you sold here, and still, if you get 50 pips, you can still close. That's 60 pips over there. You see, it came back down. It was delayed, but it came back down. Hit your target before there. Or if you sell here, take profits here, and then you make a re-entry. That will help you as well. That will help you. So, having seen this, now you're back testing, you go back to another day, you are checking at the very same thing on another day. Why? Because seeing this as many times as possible will boost your confidence and it will make you see it. So over here again, where the market that is bullish, I have an opening price here for a short, of which we had a break retest. I just had a live with another guy. He was like, hey, bro, recently I'm losing a lot. I don't understand why. And then I explained to him, why is he losing? Okay. So there will be confusion. I'm not going to sugarcoat and say, yeah, Forex is good. There will be days where you lose. You know, there will be days where you lose. There will be days you make, but most of the days you'll make money. Okay. Over here, you see it break, retest, and then played around there. It continued to go up, and then later started coming down. Okay, then later, so it's delayed. Most of the time it's delayed. I do teach these delayed movements as well. Okay, but for now, you are back testing. You are not putting real money. I know some of you are just busy rushing to fund. That's another problem with you guys. You don't understand what you're being taught, but you're rushing to fund. No, you can't back test with a demo account. You need a real thing. You need to be motivated. That's bullshit, man. Because now you are putting money at risk for no reason. Now you need to be losing money unnecessarily. Why are you funding something that you don't understand? Because putting money on it on an account to trade the 714 method, whereas you haven't got the full thing, it's more like funding something that you don't understand. Someone comes you with a business like, yeah, I sell shit, and you're like, oh, here's the money, go sell your shit. Okay, that doesn't sound good. Okay, bad example. Okay, so over here you have a market that's open here, drop, and then from here to go up. That is what you're looking for. Over here, 50 pips, boom. One candlestick, 50 pips is out. Over there. You buy here, it just moves up. Clean. Right after two, execute. Boom. Yeah, bro? So this is how you back test. You do this back to back, back to back. This is another day. That's 2 p.m. there. That's 3 p.m. there. Market opens. Market opens here. Okay, some of your days are gonna be clean, and then you'll come back and say, yeah, it's worked. Reminds me of one guy who joined. I don't know where he watched my video. So he went, I think on YouTube, he went and watched my video. So he made money in the morning. He made money in the morning. So he's sending compliments on WhatsApp. Yeah, hey bro, hey, thank you for your method. Your method is the best. Wada wada. Afternoon, he loses the trade. I think he went all in, and then he blown his account. And then on top of the compliment he sends in the morning, he comes back and say, hey, you bro, you're a scammer. There's nothing. This thing of yours doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. You're lying to people. I'm like, my brother, can you hear yourself? Okay, I didn't say that. I just blocked him because he's stupid. I just blocked him. Like, you sent a compliment. I didn't reply. You sent a compliment. I checked on it. I didn't reply. Then you come back in the afternoon with a very negative, malicious comment. That's stupid. It's like I said, go and execute. That's the thing. I know when I teach, it's too sexy. It feels good. I know. I have a very good, beautiful voice, God given. You know. So when I teach, I don't mean in a sexy way, but when I teach, I know that I can break things down. And for you, you will feel like you understand them. You will feel like it's easier, right? And then when you go to the actual chart, now that's where the real work starts. Now it's not as you understood it, because now you need to be very much active and put it into action. Okay? So do not be misled. This session is recorded. I will send it in the group. Watch it maybe 2-3 times before you actually go to the charts. Watch it, make your own notes aside, draw the structures, be a baby, do the markings and and then you go to the charts. And then you start doing the same thing. Now you are reading from your notes. That is what will help you. Okay? So today I did much more, furthermore, what I did yesterday. So tomorrow's session, I would like to go on risk ratio, and then we're going to do all the other stuff. Okay? So tomorrow we're going to do the stop loss, the TPs and the entries, and then we're going to do risk management and all that. So yeah, that is what we're going to be doing tomorrow going forward. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the session. This session will be uploaded on the group on Telegram, and then I will also upload it on YouTube, so that when you lose your phone, maybe somehow you can still gain access and watch it on YouTube channel. Okay, and most importantly, guys, you are here for yourself. You are not here for anybody else. Okay, you are not here to, I don't know, but whatever the case may be. All right. Whatever the case may be, you are here for yourself. I'm a witness. This thing is working. You've seen other people that they saying the 714 method is working for them. People are changing their lives. People are building things. As I said, you know your story. You want to change your story. This is the method. Follow what I say now. Don't rush to make any payments. Don't tell me about mentorship private. Don't no signals. I don't do those things. Just go and learn. And then as of next week, you are all going to start with new accounts. This week, I'm feeding you. Next week, you will fund. You might make money, but let's say you're just funding to lose. Okay? So don't fund a lot. I'm still going to advise you on that as well. So, and remember, guys, first profit comes to me. Yeah, I got that from the Bible. You know, God says that the offspring of the first harvest must come back to the farmer. So your first profit, in order for you to continue to make more profit, you give me your first profit, so I'll pay for it. God, this is ridiculous. Yeah, imagine if your pastor was teaching you forex. That's what uh, that's what he'll tell you. Ah, guys, all right. Thank you so much. I will send you the record once it's done converting.